Okay, let's see what are the key points when you are configuring decryption profile in Palo Alto firewalls with WildFire and antivirus profiles. The first step, you need to check your content ID settings and double check if the allow forwarding of decrypted content checkbox is in place. So you need to check it. The second thing, if you are using for test Palo Alto test URLs with malware samples, you should check the site exclusions and don't forget that there is some cache that is working on device. So to do this, you go to the certificate management and, as I said, decrypt on exclusions. So you can just put Palo Alto here to filter this list, and you need to find this WildFire wildcard paloaltonetworks.com URL and uncheck exclude it from decryption. Actually, the official guide says it's pretty clear, but it is one of the options you need to check. The third thing is updates. You should have configured dynamic updates and they must be in place. So antivirus and also WildFire updates must be current, and it should be scheduled and installed. You just can check for new updates. And the fourth thing, it is the logging. You should have login in place, especially the decryption and thread log, maybe on the device, or if you are using a Panorama, you should push your logs to Panorama to see what is happening. So the basic is logs is thread, and also WildFire submissions logs and decryption logs. So if you have empty logs, double check what is wrong. Maybe you didn't configure some logging. The next thing is actually the decryption policy order, which can be an issue. If you have multiple decryption policies, you should double check if the traffic matches your policy and do not use the rule that goes above. And maybe this rule can be no decrypt, and then this traffic matches no decrypt and just goes away. Also, you need to check the service or URL category that it matches your hosts. And also don't forget that the traffic also must match the security policy, and this security policy must have the profile in place with the antivirus and WildFire profiles assigned. So the next point to check is actually the configuration of current AV profiles actions and WildFire profile actions. These actions actually you must have the same action for each of these columns, and you should also see what files are analyzed. So it is only Windows executables files, PowerShell scripts, Microsoft Office shell, and OOXML files. By default, it's disabled for some positions, so you must double check what you are analyzing actually. And also check your WildFire profile. It's pretty easy. You should see what application and what file types you are analyzing. And also you should check the default action and if this inline cloud analysis is enabled. And you should configure the block action and see it in your logging. So the last point to check is software bugs currently in place. So you should check your current version and go to the Palo Alto site and check if there are some decryption bugs. It can be the issue in some situation, maybe not for all, but I recommend you to double check if there are some decryption issues in some situations. But there can be many issues why it is not working. And don't forget to use troubleshooting page. It can help you to match the security policy or to match the decryption SSL policy. And also you can check here the even WildFire test. Maybe you have some connection problems. So you can also use CLI for this, but it is more for advanced troubleshooting. So there is the official Palo Alto knowledge base page, how to implement and test SSL decryption. Configuration of SSL decryption takes maybe 4 main steps. The first step is to configure a firewall to handle traffic in place in the network. The second is to have the proper CA on the firewall. The third is to configure the SSL decryption rules. And fourth, enable SSL decryption notification page, but it's optional. It's for users that will see that traffic is decrypted, and they can opt out to say, I don't want my traffic to be decrypted. And here they are also testing the outbound decryption, just downloading the ACAR file, but you can use the official sample provided by Palo Alto on their official page. And here are the main steps for the decryption to check. On the traffic and thread logs, you should see the decrypted flag, like here. And also there are helpful CLI commands to check if the decryption is working correctly.